All right. Welcome to the 2020 So What Else virtual gala. People always say you must feel so rewarded serving people and kids every day. And I do. But nothing is achieved solo. Our kids and our communities, often already in crisis, were put even more at risk during this pandemic. Thank you so much for allowing us to continue to work, which was uncertain in March. I'd like to quickly thank some people who helped us in an emergency. The Godelski, Kane McIntyre, and Snyder families for really coming through in a time of crisis. There is something about rallying all of you to a larger vision of hope and peace that I also love. I don't know if it's incessantly being able to ping friends for a good cause, or a passion for sports turned into creating a team to excel at the most important game of all, the game of life. We know that our community here in Montgomery County is very lucky and very blessed. And we are called to greatness. And the pulse of our people is generous and loving. With your support, we are capable enough to fulfill dreams of becoming a charity that can serve for a long time and maybe, just maybe, help this ailing country. I dream that one day, 20 years from now, we will all look back and feel proud of our connection to So What Else and that it started right here in Rockville. I hope you feel that same sense of pride with So What Else, like when you hear an OAR song on the radio and realize OAR is from right down the road, from Wooten. In that spirit, I'm going to call out Mark Roberts to sing at our next 2021 gala. Better be here. But the great difference of a rock star or a superstar being from around here is the community has little to do with that success. But So What Else Can You Do to Help is not mine, it's ours. It's your opportunity to put others first. I might not go as far as me and abandon all four of your own children, but you can put others first. Feel free to laugh, everyone, jeez. But know that for every one of our supporters out there, you're responsible for about 20 families to eat, 10 kids to get free programming, and while you're at it, you've created so many meaningful jobs. Like serving 250 families every day at our walk-up pantry, which popped up on May 18th. It is my dream that So What Else spreads across this land and serves as a beacon of hope that we can all one day say, I volunteered, I gave, I interned, I sacrificed, and I was part of something pure and simple and benevolent. Thank you all. Let me first turn our program over to co-founder and renowned orator, Bob Schless.
Almost did a Chevy Chase. Thank you, David. I wanted to personally thank you for participating in this year's virtual comedy fundraiser. As everyone's health and well-being is most important to us at So What Else, my hope is that everybody is staying safe and well, and we'll be able to get together in this room in person next year. I'd like to start with an introduction. My name is Bob Schless, and I'm the co-founder of So What Else. In addition to being the other one, I serve as treasurer, chief administrative officer, HR director, co-pilot, just to mention a few of my roles. It's an honor to be here tonight with all of you, and I'm happy to participate in our annual awards portion of this program, where we recognize outstanding achievement of our volunteers, staff, and board each year. Also, we're in store for a great show, as this year's comedian is from the New York Comedy Club, is none other than Ms. Jessica Cursone, actress, comedian, and producer known for her roles in King of Staten Island, School Dance, and Bubble Guppies. This year's event is certainly going to be different, to say the least, as this year has been like no other year we have ever experienced before. With the COVID-19 pandemic impacting everyday life, the future has never felt so unpredictable. As a country, we are polarized and in a place we haven't seen for over 100 years. Like so many others, So What Else has faced new challenges every step of the way. As we adapt to these unprecedented circumstances, We continue to serve our communities and have stepped up as a leader in emergency hunger relief right here in Montgomery County. Of course, in order to ensure that So What Else could continue serving those in need, now more than ever, we need the support of our community and our supporters. I always try to find a silver lining in every situation, and the pandemic would be no different. I can now say that because of the virus, I'm able to spell the word quarantine. In addition, I used to be afraid of hoarders. Now I truly admire them, and I'm actually taking a How to Be a Hoarder course online. But in all seriousness, I'm here to welcome you to this evening. It's a one-time each year that we get together for the purpose of raising money so that we're able to continue the work that we do at So What Else that we provide to our communities. I always note that this time of year I start to envy people like undertakers, as they only have to deal with their clientele base once a year. It's been amazing to watch our organization, in all seriousness, pivot from after-school programming to delivering over 125,000 meals per week since March the 12th. It's an amazing achievement, and it's because we have the most incredible team of volunteers, staff, and providers that has made this switch possible. Again, none of it, of course, would be possible without our supporters, our contributors, and we thank each and every one of you here supporting us tonight. I'd like to take this time also to thank our board of directors, who's usually in the room with us, as well as our staff and our sponsors this evening. Speaking of our board of directors, I'm going to accept the award for this year's Outstanding Board of Director, Michelle Cooper, who has gone above and beyond this year as well as every year, and we want to thank her for her time and her energy. And I will be glad to bring this back for Michelle. I'd also like to take this time to recognize all of our Gala sponsors, specifically now mentioning those in the category of gold or $10,000 and above sponsors. We have the Ammerman Family Foundation, Minkoff Company, Robert Joseph Group, Karen Clayman, Eugene and Alice Ford Foundation, the Rich and Francis Ford Silbert Foundation, XML Financial, and Edge Commercial Real Estate. And at this time, I'd like to turn this over to Goldie Hawn Ross and President Keith Moore from our Wingate community in Southeast DC. Big round of applause.
Thank you, Bob. Great evening, everyone. First of all, I'd like to say I'm honored and I'm thankful for being here today. Who would have thought me, Goldie, a girl from Southeast DC, could become a So What Else DC director? To work with children like myself, the misunderstood, the unwanted, and the voiceless child. I remember being in 6th grade and I was called bad because I didn't know how to communicate that I didn't understand how to do something. But I'm here standing today as a community advocate, a person in touch with the way these children think, because I was them. So What Else gave us a platform to allow these children to make a mark on the world, to become community leaders, role models, and putting the work in the pay it forward projects, such as trash cleanups every Sunday, twice a week food distributions to seniors. But what I know to be true, that programming works through camping and peer mediation. Keith Moore is an example of that. He is a leader inside of our communities, one of the toughest communities in Washington, D.C., and also a leader in school. With your help, So What Else can continue to cure these communities, meaning mending the heart of the fatherless child, helping build the self-esteem of the broken child, and grab hold of the head of household and let them know that we are here to build the community and we're not going anywhere. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. And Goldie, great job. Bob, I caught that you said you were going to sponsor, so go ahead and get your checkbook out.
Save that for the live wash.
Finally, I'd like to sum up each part of our network and our team with the awards for people who represent each part of this movement. And I hope all of you out there, all of our volunteers will feel and accept these awards through this camera tonight, along with each recipient that receives. Our team has been determined since March 10th to keep relationships alive, to reach kids, to reach our people, and to create interstellar networks with partners and serve in the most unlikely of places. When this pandemic occurred, we were all scared, we were all confused, but we all still felt a duty to serve. Before we could even break out of our emergency response meeting, our staff was on the phone finding out what our children and what our communities would need when we wouldn't be able to get there for classes. Meg and Joe disappeared late into the night to my dad's office on Monroe Street. She was there longer in one night than my dad was there the entire year, making art lesson plans and kids' activities that kids could do while we couldn't be there to teach classes. She was an inspiration. She is an inspiration. And it catapulted us to serve 52,000 families over these 7 months. Since then, Megan has led our new emergency department and response unit to serve over 2 million meals, diapers, clothes, and many of the items that you guys yourselves have brought into Rockville out of our Rockville headquarters at 1201 First Street. The staff of the year for 2020 is none other than Megan Joe. Congratulations. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Megan. Our entire staff has been amazing. So Megan represents us all and never skipped a beat. This year, we've added a special 2020 Humanitarian Award for someone that doesn't even realize that in America, you actually get 2 weeks vacation. She doesn't want it, she doesn't expect it, at least not when there's work to be done. The mark of a great staff member at So What Else truly begins with the heart. Half of these incredible numbers that So What Else boasts are Christine Garahan's vision to serve Baltimore and team up with For My City, who's donated us so much food. She understood that its impact on the ground before self, and sometimes even before strategy. It's the heart of a nonprofit, the love of service. Christine, with 4 groups in Baltimore, ran an operation that was taking in 400,000 pounds of food on average a day in September. So What Else Baltimore was part of a team that delivered all across the East Coast, and that's why, for her tireless passion to serve, her vision to be part of something special, and her battle on the ground each and every day, Christine Garahan is So What Else's 2020 Humanitarian of the Year.
Thank you very much, Dave. This means a lot to me to be called the Humanitarian of the Year. It means a lot to me being the Humanitarian of the Year. It's so much to lead with your heart, to know when you need to step up, to know when you need to be where you need to be. And I encourage all of you to continue to lead with your heart and to step up where you need to step up at, because you have the power to step up. And when you step up, you empower all the people around you. So I encourage you to continue empowering the people around you to make the world a better place. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. The next portion is our volunteers of 2020. and our community proves that people are good. Thousands of people came out to serve during this time. I've never seen in 11 years the community show up and show out the way they've done for the last 7 or 8 months. I would say in February, literally my mom was the only person that read our newsletter, and somehow that has turned into thousands of people interested in So What Else. The pandemic has brought out a great spirit that defies this deranged picture that we can't get along, that we're constantly being fed. But we can get along. This year's awardees represent a class of so many I hope we can reach through this dystopian screen. From our COVID cadets, our kids from the Norwood School, our Bullis School kids, I can say if our future rests on the high school kids that volunteered for So What Else, our future is in pretty good shape. Our volunteers of the year are not here tonight, and they're all in high school. And they are Amanda Lee, Julia Lavovsky, Michaela Reich, Amanda Kossoff, and Sloan Bernstein. Thank you to all of you guys and all of our high school volunteers. Every team needs a support system and steady rocks like our board and our advisory board. When we needed someone to fill the pantry, we often turned to our advisory council, like the Agarwal family, Lillian Tang, and Jason Lucas. Sometimes with his own wallet, he filled the pantry. Often while he balanced taking his daughter for checkups at the hospital, Jason was there. He helped us get our 2 new distribution vans and to set up our walk-in fridge and freezer. And on a daily, weekly basis, he was there stocking our shelves to make sure people had food and non-perishables. Representing our team of committed stars and volunteers from the Advisory Council, our star of 2020, Jason Lucas. Belief is the greatest currency we can receive. And this year, we were able to rally some special folks to believe in our cause. We'd like to recognize the John Edward Fowler Memorial Foundation, Robin Sweat of the Sweat Foundation, Bridget Hartman of Clark Winch Cole, and our award winner tonight, Angel from Behind the Scenes, Barbara Bender and the Bender family. Thank you. And finally, the most important award, because it's what our charity does, changing lives through our youth and giving back and getting kids to become humanitarians themselves and to embrace this beautiful life and their beautiful futures. This year's award winner, like Keith Moore, has been with us for a while. She's been with us for 7 years as a student and now has ascended to assistant director at our Rockville Housing Camp, which is outside and up and running again, like the Wingate. She's eloquent, beautiful, and so motivated to pay it forward and achieve her dreams. She truly encapsulates the So What Else spirit. The 2020 Student of the Year is Miss Sarah Addison. So with that, we're going to turn it over to our wonderful So What Else movie produced by Mark Leisher Productions. Special thank you to Mark and Liz for doing our movies for a long time, and we hope you enjoy, and we hope you stay tuned to So What Else, and stay tuned to the many volunteer opportunities that we'll have in the upcoming year of 2021.
As well as fundraising opportunities. And we do hope to see you next year in person.
Virus or no virus.
God bless.
We're getting together.
And that's a wrap.
What do you think? Do we need another take?